The mindset shift that must occur for anybody that wants power. Let's just stop here for a minute. I want to see if you're with me. How many of you want to have real power in your family? How many of you want your family, your grandchildren to have real power? Let's do the power talk right now. It sounds like my friend George Fraser with his power networking comms. How many of you want real power? Give me a yes. All right. So one thing about real power is that real power requires real sacrifice. Just like in the game of football, everybody don't get to dance in the end zone. Somebody has to block. Somebody has to throw the ball. Somebody's got to catch it. It takes teamwork. So if you want real power, from what my research says, most of the true power in America is a multi-generational plan. It means like the NFL spent 30 years being raggedy, and then they had a little bit of a breakthrough in the 1950s, and then they started making significant money in the 1970s. So 50 years is a very long time, and 50 years is usually going to span across multiple generations. But if you want your family to have power, then the first shift that must occur in your mindset is you have to start connecting yourself to some sort of intergenerational agenda. Like, what's going to happen while I'm here that's going to lay out the carpet for what's going to happen after I'm gone. Maybe you won't be the next Walt Disney. Maybe you have to be Walt Disney's dad. Do you understand? Maybe you won't be Martin Luther King Jr., but maybe you have to be Martin Luther King Sr. Do you understand? And because I don't care how great Martin Luther King Jr. was, I was more intrigued with Martin Luther King Sr. and also his mama. That's what made Martin Luther King into the man that he became and the man that changed the world. Intergenerational plan. Leads to intergenerational power. And that's when you become the plug. That's when you become the source. And you ain't out here begging and borrowing and trying to lock in and knocking on doors and asking for opportunities. You're better than that. I think that our people, our best and our brightest, should not be begging for anything from anybody. And it saddens me. Like when I think about the people at Afrotech and the smart ones that attend and everything. And one day I'll attend. One day I want to pop in just to see it because I heard it's great. Is I'm like, well, what's the generational plan to make Afrotech into an independent institution that doesn't need a Google and a Meta to show up, where you get to decide if you want to invite Google and Meta to show up, right? That can be done, a mindset shift must occur. The mindset shift must occur, and most of the people that have real power made some kind of sacrifice that most people aren't willing to make. And so, are you willing to make a long-term sacrifice, or do you expect things to kind of happen quick and easy and overnight? If you expect it to be easy, you're wrong. If you expect it to be quick, you're wrong. It's going to take a long time. It's going to be really hard. But if you put in the work over a long period of time, then you'll get a chance to taste some of that power. And then, even more importantly, you'll get to preserve that power and pass it to the next generation who will take it to a level that you couldn't take it to.